How do you clean a rundown apartment? That is a great question, and we get to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by mycleaningconnection.com. This is a resource hub with all different kinds of things that we've talked about here on this show. Best vacuums, best mops, best cleaning supplies and solutions and tools and scrub brushes and sponges and all kinds of things. So if you are a homeowner and you do your own cleaning, you're going to find lots of value at mycleaningconnection.com. All right, on to today's show, which is from somebody that wrote into the show, and she had this question. Hi, Angela, I love your YouTube show, and I hope she said it just that way. I live in a slightly rundown apartment. Think cheap 70s wood paneling and thin, scarred industrial carpeting. I try to keep the home clean as best I can, but with chipping paint on the window seals and gouged linoleum in the kitchen and bathroom, the task seems nearly impossible. We don't have much money to invest in renovations, nor do I want to, so what would be the proper solution? Also, just for any home in general, how often should I clean the nooks, crannies, cracks, and crevices in a home, like behind the couch, nearly inaccessible room corners, etc.? Thank you very much. Jay. All right, Jay, that is a great question, and I'm so happy that you asked this. All right, if you live in a rundown apartment, that's great. You have a roof over your head, and the purpose of an apartment or a home or a condo or an RV or a van or wherever you live is to have a safe place that brings you peace. This is a place where you come in from the outside elements, where you're safe, you are at peace, you are at home, and it's a safe place of refuge for you. So if it has gouges in the linoleum, and if it has 70s wood paneling, and if the paint is chipping off, whatever, that doesn't matter. What matters is that this is your home. And so that it's clean is important to me. You deserve to live in a clean home. That it looks fancy and that it's updated and renovated, not important to me. It's important to me that you feel safe and that it's clean. That's what's important to me and that you deserve. Okay, so how do you clean it? Well, there are a few routines that you can get in to keep it cleaned and maintained on a regular basis. As far as the paint peeling off, not a problem. And as far as the gouges in the linoleum, that's normal for something that is from the 70s, okay? So we're not going to fix that. It's an apartment. This is not your home. You're not going to live here forever. You're not going to pay to fix it up. That's the landlord's job. So while you are in this space, you just want to bless the space that you're in, make the most of it, and keep it clean. Okay, so keeping it clean. First and foremost, we want to clean the dishes on a daily basis. We want to wipe the countertops down, and we want to keep the kitchen clean for the reason that we process food in there. We make all of our meals in the kitchen, and there's a tendency to attract ants and mice and other things if we just leave food out and about. So we want to keep that area very clean, and we want to do that every day. The bathrooms. We're in the bathrooms a lot, and that's another very highly sensitive area because that's where germs and bacteria and mold and all that stuff grow. So we want to make sure that we clean the shower or the bathtub after every use. After every use, we want to wipe everything down and make sure that there's no standing water, that the drains flush properly, and that everything is all cleaned up so that it's not mucky when we get in. Because when we get in to take a shower, what we want to do is we want to get clean. So we want to make sure that the shower itself is also clean. The basins and the vanity on the sink where we put the makeup on and we wash our face and brush our teeth and all that stuff, that should also be wiped down every day. So those are daily tasks. The toilet can actually be cleaned out every other day or maybe twice a week. That you would clean with a toilet brush and underneath the rim, and you would wipe the toilet seat down. It's not going to get as dirty, although it gets a lot of use. So I would say clean the toilet 2 or 3 times a week. As far as mopping the floor and sweeping and vacuuming and all that stuff, maybe once a week is okay. Maybe twice a week. It depends on how many people live in your house and what is the volume of traffic and all of that stuff. So once or twice a week should do the trick. Now in the kitchen, you may want to do it every day. I don't do my whole kitchen every day, but the area around the sink and where the crumbs drop and stuff like that, I do that every day. Sometimes twice a day because I'm a little bit fanatical about that because I don't like mice and ants and stuff in my kitchen. So you kind of have to go with what is common. Now, you asked about the nooks and crannies and hard to reach places. Behind your television, behind your couch, in the corners, behind things that you're not around most of the time. That goes into deep cleaning mode. If you're not using that area and there's not a lot of high traffic to it, you can do that on a deep clean, which is going to be twice a year. So you might dust every week, and you might do all of your regular maintenance cleaning every week or bi-weekly, which is every other week, which is kind of standard in the house cleaning industry for regular homes. But if it's, hard to reach places and it's under the couch and stuff, maybe twice a year, maybe 3 times a year. If you live in a really small confined space and it gets dirty quicker for whatever reason, maybe you have pets and there's pet hair, or maybe the doors open and shut, or you have lots of wind or breezes that blow in and it blows in dust and stuff like that, maybe more often, maybe once a month or, once every 2 months. So it's going to depend on the usage of your home, and then really how dirty does it get? Because once again, I want you to live in a clean space. I really do. It just brings such a sense of peace. So since your home is intended as a place for peace, a place that you come to for refuge, I want your home to be clean. So I'm excited that you wrote in. I hope this helps you a little bit. If it does, please pass it on to a friend. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.